darkness, I could feel her thinking about somebody else. Some old secret she keeps hidden high up on the shelf. It's all covered in dust, holding up some old books supposed to teach you about heaven and hell. In the darkness, I could feel her thinking about somebody else. I hear country music playing in the background. Some old sweet melody about the life we lead, the love that we never found. I said I love you, honey, now, yeah. Just keep doing what comes natural in the heat of the night. And if we're lucky, that country music make everything alright. As the night wears on, I can feel her starting to get close, moving over to me through the memories that only the shadows on the ceiling know. The whiskey, the lies we keep telling, I hear a melody starting to take hold. As the night wears on, I can feel her starting to get close. I hear country music playing in the background. Some old sweet melody about the life we lead, the love that we never found. I said I love you, said honey, now, yeah. Just keep doing what comes natural, the heat of the night. If we're lucky, that country music make everything alright. There was nothing much left as the sun started opening its eyes. She rolled over, said, you want some coffee? Said, yeah, babe, I take a little sugar in mine. She got up, put on a morning dress, but she forgot to put back on her disguise. There was nothing much left as the sun started opening its eyes, except that country music.
Oh, yes. Good old country music right there for the opening of this live stream. What is Pale Riders Live? What? What the heck is going on? What is going on? Yes, we are live. And here we are. How long has it been? Been a while. Been away from the YouTube channel for a little while. Well, I've been on it. I think last week I uploaded was last week, maybe. Yeah, kind of slacking. I always say it, gonna start getting back into it more, but we are. Big things are in the wind. Yeah, we might be no details yet. No finalization yet. Things are in the works. Oh, yeah. So what's up, everybody? Paul Wibbles is in the house. How's things going over there in the big city of Fern Creek, Kentucky? Yeah, hadn't been there in a long while. Need to get back over there sometime soon, hopefully. I don't know. Still hanging out down here in hot, steamy, sunny Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. And ain't doing a whole lot. Working at the Wally World every day. And yeah, sucks. But oh well. Gotta do something with some money for the time being. That's for sure. That's for sure. So yeah. Other than that, not much going on. Same old, just getting older every day. Older every day, as you can tell. I've aged over the years. Getting old. Getting old. Yeah, we got this video we're gonna play in a little bit. Got a news story out of the Atlanta area. Some truck driver found something in his load. Yeah. He didn't know what he was doing. He called 911 on himself. And yeah, that's it. Not much going on here, like I said. Been feeling all right. Health's been holding up pretty good. And creek's good. I try to stay out of there. Yeah. It's gotten real big. Last time I was there, it's grown up quite a bit, especially Bartstown Road going down. Bartstown Road, like heading into Mount Washington, all that is like crazy. Crazy stuff. Busy, busy, busy. That's been a few years back. Imagine what it is now. But my brother's still there, still hanging out there in the creek. And yeah, so let's get over to this video. I want to be on here. Says we got 3 people watching. Let me share the screen. Share with audio. There we go.
I want to get to a story that we've been monitoring now for just about 24 hours, and it involves a massive marijuana bust in Butts County. And the sheriff says it should serve as a warning here in Georgia. Authorities say they intercepted, get this, 1,800 pounds of pot shipped from
1,800 pounds of marijuana. Is that a lot? I don't know. It's quite a bit, I guess. But 1,800 pounds. A ton, almost not even, just short of a ton. This is Butts County. Not sure where Butts County, Georgia is. Is that around the Atlanta area or Macon or something like that? I'm not sure.
California, with about half of it heading here to the Atlanta area and the other part heading down to Florida. Joining us now live is Butts County Sheriff Gary Long. Sheriff, thanks so much for being here this afternoon.
Sure.
Thanks for having me, Tyler. Thank you.
So we were talking in the break. Let's talk about the shipment. 1,800 pounds. That is an awful lot of marijuana to be discovered. How are you guys able to discover this? And obviously, is this a lot for you guys?
It looks like a lot.
It literally, it's a ton. It's just short of 2,000 pounds. There was 3,400 that was dropped off in Atlanta. We did not intercept that, even though we tried. But on this case here, this wasn't a traffic stop. This was a truck driver that used a legit freight broker out of Sacramento, California. He was trying to get back to his home state of Florida.
A legit broker out of Sacramento, California. Imagine that.
He used a freight broker to broker this load. It was legit, he thought. Picked it up in California. His first stop was in Atlanta, Georgia, on the West End. He went to a legit warehouse, a legit company there, and dropped it there, and was headed on down to Orlando to make a delivery when he stopped at a local truck stop here in our community to take a shower and get something to eat. When he said when he turned in, the load shifted, and that's what made him climb into the back of the trailer to determine if the freight was damaged. When he climbed up in there, there was a box that was open with marijuana in the box, and he called 911. And that's how we intercepted this. This wasn't good police work. This was a good truck driver.
Well, and so a couple questions that come to my mind. I mean, were they masking the odor of marijuana? Obviously, there is a smell to pot. And so he had to discover it by opening it. Obviously, the box kind of broke and he saw it. And also, would the truck driver be facing any charges here? I mean, you made it sound like it was a legit order. Or broker gave him the truck or gave him the load, and he was just doing his job.
No, absolutely. He'll not be charged. And actually,
I always wondered about that. Pick up some shady places, and you see the freight. It's all shrink wrapped in boxes on pallets. You think, I wonder if anything is weird going on here, or some of them places you pick up a load and it's a loaded trailer. It's already sealed up and everything. What the heck? So I never had any issues with that, but you always wondered about that.
To tell you the truth, it's a sad day for the truck driver. He's out about $10,000 for doing the right thing. We are going to give him some reward money because this is a big seizure. We have reward money for stuff like this, so hopefully we at least cover his fuel across the country. I talked to his company, and they are in the process of working to get the money back. But look, they're not going to get the money. This is a Mexican drug trafficking organization that's utilizing legit businesses to haul illegal contraband across the United States. So.
Does he have evidence of that? Does he know it came from cartels? I don't know.
Unfortunately, he's not going to get paid, but I think doing the right thing is making sure we give him a reward money, because he didn't have to report that, and I'm glad he did, because that's a lot of marijuana, and it's opened an investigation even further into the cartel.
I mean, I don't think I've ever heard of something like this happening. Is this now a new way of trafficking drugs, specifically marijuana, from state to state, where you're using legit truck drivers, legit brokers to try to move the drugs?
Yeah, so I've been 29 years. I've always worked some sort of drug enforcement, and the cartel is very crafty. I mean, we're talking a multi-billion-dollar year company, but yes, they like to use brokers, legit brokers, and they'll disguise their package it where it looks like legit freight, but the broker's not checking the freight. All the broker's doing is coordinating the loads to where they're going. But this is a common practice. In this case, it was marijuana. Today it's probably fentanyl. Tomorrow will be cocaine, but yeah, it's great that the driver did it, but the cartel, any means necessary to move their product across the United States, they're doing it.
Well, and so, Sheriff, you're using the seizure as a chance to basically warn Georgia lawmakers. What's that about?
So, look, I'm probably one of the most conservative sheriffs in Middle Georgia, if not in the state, and pretty outspoken. I have fought the legalization of marijuana for years. I told the Senate committee at committee hearings that we were entering a slippery slope years ago. I've traveled the country. I've talked to sheriffs in Colorado. I've talked to sheriffs in California. But look, our legislators allowed us to get on a slope. We have a train coming down the road, which is the marijuana legalization, that we're not going to stop. So let's do it right. If we're going to legalize it, this is what I think needs to happen. There's two things that ring to me true. Number one, our health insurance in America is through the roof. And that's not because of doctors. That's because of big pharma. And the marijuana industry is become the big pharma of the state of Georgia, Florida, California, and it's a pay-to-play system. Our politicians at the Capitol are taking money and slowly picking at the pie of legalization. And here's what I say. The state of Georgia is a state of the people, not about who's under that gold dome. Put it on a ballot, let the people of the state of Georgia vote, and if they want that, then that's when legislation should get involved. It shouldn't be a pay-to-play scheme. I mean, an application fee just to be a marijuana grower in the state of Georgia is a roughly $250,000 fee that you have to pay, and there's no guarantee that you're even going to be accepted, and it's non-refundable. The marijuana industry has the money, and they're paying off politicians, they're donating to campaigns, and they're getting contracts. And I think that we need to create let the Georgia voters decide, do we legalize it or not? And if they do legalize it, then that's where our legislators should come in and build the framework where, when, and how that marijuana is going to be used. I don't want to be at the park with my granddaughter and smell marijuana smoke all day. So it's a simple fix. You don't smoke it in public. You can't smoke it in public. It's illegal. So there's a path to it. But here's the bigger problem. We have failed as a country and as a state to rid the cartel of our communities. And we need to create a level playing field. There'll never be a level playing field. Look, it's not the 1,800 pounds of cartel marijuana that I'm concerned with. I'm not. It's a lot of marijuana, but I'm not concerned with that. But the problem is the bigger footprint they make in the marijuana market, the bigger footprint the cartel has in the fentanyl trade and the cocaine trade and the methamphetamine trade. So
I didn't really know cartel was still in it, marijuana. I thought they moved up to cocaine back in the 90s or 80s or 90s or something. I guess they are still in marijuana. I don't know.
There's a reason that that these marijuana industries charge $8,000 a pound, and the cartel will charge $1,000 a pound. You can't compete. So make a level playing field, and I can assure you, right here, homegrown in Georgia, we could crush that cost and make it where the cartel won't have that footprint. And look, enforcement action on cartels not working. We got to continue that, but we've got to put them out of business. And look, we're not stopping the train of legalization of marijuana. It's a fact. You're not going to stop it. And I hear it all the time. What's worse, marijuana or alcohol? Look, I'm not going to go smoke marijuana if it's legalized, but it's just as bad as alcohol. So it was something we're not going to stop. We need to face it. We need to stop the pay for play in this system. It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. It's like our legislators are throwing stuff at us that we're not making any traction or getting anything done.
And just quickly, before we run out of time here, obviously this was the bust you guys did that was going to the illegal market. If for supporters, they say if we legalize marijuana here in the state, whether for recreational use, I mean, that's going to essentially kill the illegal trade is what they say. I mean, do you think that is the case?
I think two ways. If you keep big pharma, the marijuana industry, in it, you're not going to stop the black market because they have the regulations and fees so high that they can't compete with the cartel. The cartel's still going to be profitable. But if they legalize it and a guy that or a woman that needs marijuana or wants to smoke marijuana for recreational use is allowed to grow marijuana, or an entrepreneur can get in business. Here's how I say it. If you can start a trucking company or you can start an electrician company, and this is the cost to get into that thing, that's what it should be for this, and give Georgia residents and voters of Georgia a chance to be in the business. But we will never compete. The cartels will always dominate the big marijuana industry, always, will never compete. And until we can shut that down, and the way to do it is when you legalize that, if a person wants to grow 10, 15 plants and they want to harvest their plants and they want to smoke their plant, then so be it. Let it. They're not going to go buy from the cartel. But long as big pharma, being the marijuana industry, is got their hands in it and they're paying off legislators under that gold dome, we will never root out the cartels. If that was the case, Colorado, look, all marijuana today.
Let's play a new drinking game. Let's start the video at the beginning. Every time he says big pharma, everybody takes a shot. We'll see if we can make it to the end of the video.
It's coming out of Colorado, it's coming out of Michigan, it's coming out of California, and it's all black market where states that has legalized this. It's because the cost is so high. They said it with legislators, a pay to play. If you ain't a billionaire, you're not getting in the game, and that's why cartels are thriving.
Sheriff Gary Long, I'm sure we could be talking about this all day. I mean, I'm looking at our chat right now live. A lot of people seem split on what on this. Obviously, some say obviously legalize. Others agree with you that they don't want it out in public. They don't want to smell it. So we could be probably talking about this all day for a lot of interest. Sheriff, thanks so much for joining us and chatting about the bust you guys did and also your feelings on marijuana here in Georgia. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate you.
I want to get to a story that we have been.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Pay to play. Yeah, pay to play. Big Pharma. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that? He's totally against legalization. I don't know. I have my thoughts on that too, but I don't know. I don't know. See if we can get this. I got another news story. Might check out from Freight Waves. Let's see. If you run a e-log, you might have some changes to the e-logs. Yeah, they've been doing studies. FMCSA doing some studies on the new rules of ours or whatever. Good coffee. All right, let's see. We'll go over this one and then call it a stream. Share, I didn't need audio. See, FM, this is from Freight Waves. See what's going on about Freight Waves, but they got some news articles. And I've seen this one was on checking the trucking news this morning. This one came across the feed. FMCSA test giving truckers power to pause 14-hour clock. I was always against this when I was trucking because trucking companies are going to make you pause your thing and then work you extra hard. Safety advocates warn split duty pilot could stretch drivers' workdays to 17 hours. See, there you go. And say you need to come off your clock. You got to get that load there. The FMCSA is moving ahead with 2 programs that could eventually give truck drivers more flexibility in how they structure their work days. The move comes despite concern from highway safety advocates that one of the initiatives could effectively extend drivers' 14-hour working limit. FMCSA announced Thursday that it has completed pre-tests for its flexible sleeper berth and split duty period pilot programs and is reviewing their results ahead of a planned full launch in 2027. Ooh, that's next year. The programs are designed to evaluate whether giving drivers more control over when they take breaks and rest periods can maintain or improve safety. FMCSA launched the initiatives in September 2025 as part of Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy's Pro Trucker Package. Yeah, Pro Trucker Package. Wow. The agency said it recently completed pre-tests were intended to evaluate procedures, data collection methods, and driver participation requirements before expanding their programs next year. Each pilot is expected to enroll 256 drivers for a total of 512 participants. Drivers will participate for 4 months and can receive up to $1,600 for completing all study requirements. Yeah, I'll take that. Let me get in your program. I won't truck, but I'll put in my car or something. Let's do that. I'll take that $1,600. You start paying them. That's a good deal. The split duty period pilot program, wow, say that fast 5 times, is aimed at one of the most consequential restrictions in federal hours of service regulations, the 14-hour driving window. Under the pilot, participating drivers would be allowed to pause that window for up to 3 hours per day while in a qualifying non-driving status. So there you go. There go. Your dispatcher is going to make you go off duty or whatever, as long as you're in a non-driving status for 3 hours, so you won't have to burn up. You can get there, get that load there quickly. Qualifying periods could include off-duty or sleeper berth time, as well as on-duty time spent at a pickup or delivery location. There you go. At FMCSA said the flexibility could give drivers more ability to wait out heavy traffic or severe weather. Don't they already have a weather exemption on there? Account for detention time at customer facilities or take a break without having the time count against their available driving window. The agency also said it plans to monitor shippers during the pilot to ensure that the added flexibility does not result in increased detention or exploitation of drivers, not just the shippers, but the companies also. FMCSA tested the concept from May 18th through July 17th with 9 drivers from 3 motor carriers in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Ohio. I wonder what carriers were involved in this. The drivers participated for 6 weeks and received $600. So that's not bad. Was that $100 a week extra? I'll take it. When FMCSA proposed reviving the split duty period pilot last year, the agency said the program could help determine whether allowing drivers to pause the 14-hour clock could reduce fatigue and provide more flexibility around real-world operating conditions. I don't know about all that. I usually start my clock and want to get it over with, get the day done, get my hours done, and go to sleep. Safety advocates push back. Here we go. The proposal has drawn opposition from highway safety advocates who say FMCSA should address the underlying causes of excessive detention rather than lengthening a driver's workday. There you go. I agree with that. Advocates for highway and auto safety criticized the split duty period proposal during the public comment period in November 2025. The agency should be examining problems with detention time instead of proposing this dangerous and misguided initiative. The organization wrote in comments filed with FMCSA. The group argued that FMCSA should instead study detention time and the coercion of drivers as they relate to scheduling and fatigue. It also questioned whether the agency had produced sufficient evidence showing that allowing carriers to pause the on-duty clock would improve safety. Yeah. The safety group noted that the pilot could effectively stretch a driver's workday from 14 hours to as long as 17 hours. Yeah, some trucking companies have taken the opposite view. Warner Enterprises, here we go, previously told FMCSA that more flexible hours of service rules could improve safety by allowing drivers to take breaks when necessary instead of adhering to schedules that may not reflect real-world conditions. Carrier said additional flexibility could reduce pressure on drivers during inclement weather and peak traffic periods, or when a driver is not feeling well. Yeah, they got a point there, I guess. Sleeper berth pilot test additional options. FMCSA's second initiative, the Flexible Sleeper Berth Pilot Program, will test alternate ways of dividing a driver's required rest period. Like split sleeper. I never did a split sleeper thing. Participating drivers will be able to split their off duty time into 2 periods in any combination as long as the periods total at least 10 hours and one includes at least 5 consecutive hours in the sleeper berths. The agency conducted its pre-test from April 1st through June 11th with 9 drivers from 3 motor carriers in Ohio, Virginia, Wisconsin. I wonder what 3 carriers those were. Those drivers also participated for 6 weeks and received $600. I'll take that too. FMCSA has explored similar changes before without ultimately rewriting hours of service regulations. In an attempt there we are. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. And my mic, somehow my mic came unplugged or something. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm back. Got the boot. Yeah, okay, I'm back. Audio is back. Let's see if we can get back over here to finish this article. Hope it, oh man. All right, where were we? Where were we? We were way down here. So no, that's about the right place. FMCSA has explored similar changes before without ultimately rewriting hours of service. An attempt in 2020 to ease the 14-hour restrictions drew opposition from labor and safety groups. While sleeper berth pilot efforts launched in 2017 and 2021 did not advance beyond the public comment stage. This time, however, the programs have advanced beyond the comment stage and into real-world pre-testing. FMCSA said it is reviewing their results and will use the findings to refine both programs before expanding them to hundreds of drivers in 2027. The pilot programs could provide the data the FMCSA administrations need to pursue some of the most significant changes to truck driver hours of service flexibility in years, potentially reshaping how drivers manage detention, traffic, weather, and rest without changing the underlying 11-hour driving limit. Now, you still can only drive 11 hours. So that's that. No more over 11 hours. LBC, what's up, LBC? Where's Snorlord? I don't know. Don't talk to Snorlord much anymore. Last time I talked to him was at Matt's. there in Louisville, Kentucky in March. Don't talk to hardly anybody anymore. Tell you the truth. Everybody says, Pay Rider's not a trucker anymore. We don't want to talk to him. We don't want to watch his YouTube channel anymore. That's fine. I was expecting a major drop off when I came off the road, so it's no big deal. But there are things, like I said at the beginning of this, there are things in the works that might, I know it's going to be a good deal. Good deal. But yeah, I miss everybody. Miss everybody. Of course, I don't do a lot of videos like I should. And the content I have is, just mostly what's going on in the trucking industry. Not a lot of people watch those type of videos or so, but we're still here. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. That's for sure. As far as YouTube. Yeah, still down here in sunny, steamy, hot Florida. And yeah. Deliver RVs. No, I think I had to pass. No delivery stuff. No, nah. $115 in California yesterday. Wow, that's hot. I know where you live, around the LA region. It was that hot. This is dry heat. So over here it gets 115. It's not actually 108. They'd say it feels like 108 with the heat and the humidity. Somehow they come up with that real feel number. And yeah, the humidity here is crazy. Heat wave. I say that's a heat wave, all right. But yeah, I don't have to worry about any hurricanes this year. They got a tropical storm out there heading this way or heading towards the North America, Central America area. It's just funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it's Dolly Parton died a couple days ago. A tropical storm. What's the chances of this is named Dolly? If it becomes a hurricane, it's going to be Hurricane Dolly. Imagine, that's crazy. So we'll see what happens. We're checking the weather every morning, every evening, whatever, see if it's going to be heading this way. But it's a slow hurricane this year. Whole slow hurricane season because of El Nino or something that's keeping all that stuff away. So, but it gets hot here, hot and humid. Then it'll storm, big rain to come by, and then that goes away, and it's even more humid, hot and humid. And, oh man, it's crazy. I got the AC fixed in the car last month because I went for almost a month, no AC in that car in June, and yeah, it's miserable. I only drive from here to work with about 12 miles, but still, it's hot, humid. For 115, yeah, that's crazy out there. Even for California, that's crazy. Yeah. Heat wave in sunny Southern California. Yep. Oh, I've been out. I need to get out to California. No, I don't. Last time I was out there, I think was when I was broke down over there in Coachella. I think it's the last time I've been to, yeah, that was a while back too. A few years back. It was hot over there then, I know that, but it wasn't the hottest it had been. It was still kind of warm. Of course, my little venture from the hotel room over there to the truck stop. I don't know. It's far enough. And yeah, I got pretty overheated. Yeah, normally, yeah, Death Valley is, yeah, I know, yeah. Hit 15. Yeah, that's nothing for that over there. I'm gonna buy me some of that land over there in the Mojave. Give me a little place. Live off grid over there. I don't know if I handle that heat. Crazy stuff. Yeah, but going back to the article about the hours of service agent, I always said just make it simple. None of this extra, off duty and change your split this, split that, go off duty and get your hours. No, just do a straight 12 hours on, which you can drive a straight 12 hours. You can be on duty for a straight 12 hours and 12 hours off. 12 and 12. Make it simple. On duty and driving total 12 hours. You probably not get that. You probably still only do 10 hours of driving and the rest off duty. 12 hours off duty. Simple, 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 simple. No stopping your clock. Nothing. When you come off, like if you do your pre-trip at 8 o'clock, you'll have till 8 o'clock that night to shut down. Whether you drive at all or you pick up or you're on duty or whatever. A French tourist, what? Just down in Death Valley from the heat. Wow, that's crazy. Happens every year. Yeah, no, when you go on vacation, Death Valley in summertime, the hottest time of the year. Wait till does it ever cool down in Death Valley? I guess it does, but it's crazy, man. Good coffee. Yeah. Good old Coachella. And go back watching videos. That video I did, the 3 or 4 videos when I was broke down out there. Man, I didn't know. They ordered my part and my alternator. They had to order it, and they kept saying the order got canceled. And so, man, I'm gonna be stuck out here. I don't know how long. I want to get a lot of information from the TA shop out there. And I think it was on a Saturday or something. I had to change. Well, I changed hotel rooms because when I checked out of the one hotel, that's when I walked up to the truck stop. I was tired of it. I was going to walk up there. I don't know what I was going to accomplish. But I'm going to go up there and I'll put a boot in their ass or something, try to get them high on this thing, find out what's going on. And it was Friday. I think it was a Friday. Yeah. They said, "Oh, we're not going to get it, man. It's not coming in. Probably not till Monday." I said, "What the heck?" I checked out my hotel room and all that. So I had to get another hotel there. And wasn't Coachella. It was, can't think of the name of that town over there. And stayed over there. But I only stayed there one night because Saturday morning got up and I got a phone call. So, "Oh, this is from the truck stop." I called him and he said, "Your alternator came in. We're going to start putting it on and you'll be out of here in a couple hours." All right. So I went over there, got me a cab or Uber or something over to the truck stop. Indio, thank you. How we see Indio, and there's a nice hotel there in Indio. And yeah, I was trucking down. I was heading back towards Dallas. I had to deliver that load. Tourist last year melted off his flip flops and then burned off. Ooh, why? Why are you wearing flip flops? Well, we all know why. That's silly. So you don't wear flip flops ever outside. Flip flops are for the shower. Indio, yeah, the Indio, yeah. That's a pretty nice hotel I had there in India. Well, the one I had in Coachella wasn't that bad either. It was right down from that big casino. Can't see the name of it. It was a big casino there. And I used to walk over there and they had a bowling alley in that casino. And they had a good little lunch grill thing there. And I used to go in there and eat. It was good food. You could watch people bowl. And I just walk around the casino. And they had a bar in there. They had a concert area. That big ass casino, man. Can't think the name of it. Maybe overseas, no, but man, it was crazy. Nice place. I used to walk over there and get something to eat. It wasn't that far. I can't remember the exit it was, but it was a nice place. Food was pretty cheap there at the bowling alley. You could order you a burger or something. You know, it had a little grill, little grill spotlight. Spotlight, is that the name of it? Spotlight 29. Yeah, this is a big place. There used to be a Trump casino. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, man, getting out there sometime just to visit. I like to get around. I don't know, just go visit the places I used to hang out when I was trucking. I hadn't been anywhere since I came off the road, as far as that, except Louisville, Kentucky. Or else to the truck show, and I was trying to get to the one in Houston this year, but that didn't happen. Probably go to Matt's again next year, I'm pretty sure. And they got a show in Dallas next year. Same people putting on the Houston show are putting on a Dallas show. It's in the same place. Yeah, that's right. They do. There's a lot. I used to cross that lot when I was walking from the hotel to the casino. There's a big, giant lot. And yeah. And you park over there. I said, I don't remember this place. If I ever come out this way, I can park at the casino. I know I can eat. You know, I had to deal with the truck stop. Now I never went back out there again. So a lot of the casinos have big, especially ones in Oklahoma. They usually have a truck parking area you can park. They're not prejudiced. They'll take anybody's money. Truck drivers, just as much as anybody else. That one we used to go. We used to stop at that one there in Oklahoma, right there in Oklahoma, Roland, Oklahoma, there at the Arkansas line. Right at the last exit in Oklahoma, if you're going east on 40. And they used to, man, they used to park. Well, they had their own little truck stop store there. It was truck park. You park there and walk to the casino. But here in the last few years, they had remodeled and expanded that place. But back when we used to go in there, when I had Mississippi Rider ride with me, we used to go in that casino, and they would, man, they had some damn good food in there. And they gave truck drivers like a 15% discount or something. It was real cheap. It was real good. And you just sit around and eat and, watch people gamble. I think I got a first time we're going in there. We got a free card. If you signed in, you could get a card that had, I don't know, a couple $20, $25 credit or something. So I went to one of those slot machine type things and put the card in there. And I don't know what, I hit the wrong button or something. And all the 25 credits I lost in one spin. I said, what the heck did I do wrong? So I said, well, it was free anyway. So that's why I don't gamble, because I don't ever win anything. I don't even play the lottery, scratch off tickets, hardly ever, because I never win anything. So I don't gamble. And people are at Walmart, they got the lotto machines, scratch off tickets, and people buying them things. And I won $50. I said, God dang it. I can't never win it. I can't even win the money back for paying for the tickets. I get I used to get like $4, $5 tickets, $20, bring them home, scratch them off. I wouldn't even win my money back. A free ticket, nothing. I said, well, I guess I'm not a gambler. But you never know. Might buy a ticket one day and be the big winner. Give me some money. Need some money. Anybody interested? There's donation links in the description to this video. That got me to buy me a coffee. I said, well, I'm going to open a buy me a coffee thing. But the balance is zeros. CashApp, oh, that's a mess. PayPal, that's a mess. Venmo, that's a mess. They all got zero balances. And I started that GoFundMe when I had to get those tax attorneys take care of my taxes. Yeah, that's how bad they were. So if you're a lease driver, owner, operator, most important thing to do is be sure you take care of your taxes. Don't end up like the PLerider. But anyway, yeah, but I think I had one guy, an old subscriber, sent back $100 on my GoFundMe. That was 6-7 months ago or so. But yeah, I appreciate it. I don't even know this still active. I got the link in my chat. But anybody interested? I can't get the memberships anymore because I'm not monetized. This is not a monetized channel anymore. I lost that when I came off the road for some reason. And stupid me, instead of appealing it, try to, let me clean up the channel, get rid of some old stuff, and reapply when I'm able to. So I went ahead, I deleted a bunch of live streams. That was a big mistake because they took off my watch hours. I got to build up my watch hours again to 4,000 before February. February 1st, if you didn't know, YouTube is changing their monetization. You got to have 8,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. I got the subscribers. Not worried about that. It's the watch hours I need. So I'm trying to get to 4,000 before February so I don't have to do the 8,000. And the short things is just ridiculous. Now you got to have 10 million views in a 90-day period. February, they changed it. You got to have 20 million views in a 90-day period. And you got to keep those views. You can't say, well, I got 90 million or I got 20 million this 90 days. And last 90 days, I only got, or the next 90 days, you only got 5 million views on your shorts. So you'll get demonetized. So you got to keep on it. There's a Love's Pilot TA on that exit. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember what was there. I think I walked. I remember how I walked to the TA or the truck stop that day. That's stupid. Wasn't it so bad? I had all my stuff and a heavy bag with my clothes and all my camera equipment in it and everything. Laptop. That's probably a heavy bag. I said, man, I think I may have screwed up. But I made it. I had water. I think the water lasted halfway. There's people driving by. I kind of waved at them and, can we ride up the road a little bit? And it was right on by. It was like a service road. It was right next to the interstate. It was a service road. And, even I think it was a city truck or a county truck or something. It was over there. And, man, right up to the thing. Not the walk. Well, no, they didn't acknowledge me. Wherever so far there'd be the shade down on the road coming down from the billboards that were on the highway. You'd be shade down there. So I'd make it to the next shade spot. I sit there for a few minutes, drink a little bit of water, rest up. And I'd say, well, I can make it to the next shady spot. And that's how I got up there, a little bit at a time. That's stupid. I was just so fed up with not getting the alternator in that I almost made a fatal mistake. But, yeah. I should have stayed because I lost the hotel room after that. I couldn't go back. I had to get another one. I should have stayed at a hotel as long as I had to. And yeah, stupid. But that's a story. Story I got to tell the great grandchildren now. Don't see any of them coming along anytime soon. So good old days. Good old days. I was gonna stay in the truck at the TA. I may have stayed in that truck the first night. But it got hot in that truck. I couldn't run the truck. And it got a little bit hot. I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and get through tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to go down to get a hotel. But the lady, people that ran the desk, one lady, I said, I need to get a ride up to the store. So I got to get some stuff. So she let me, she had her friend use her car and drove me up to the store or something, truck stop, whatever it was, get some supplies. So I said, that's very nice. That was nice of them. But yeah, when it was time to leave, I had to leave. I said, I'm leaving. And when I tried to check back in, they wouldn't let me. That's what made me mad. California spits out the weak. Yeah, sure they do. They spit out the strong and keep the weak. That's what it is. That's what it is, LBC. So LBC, who do you watch any more of the First Amendment auditors and all that stuff, the cult watchers? I don't know. I don't keep up with a lot of them anymore. I think a lot of them are just full of crap anymore. Kind of like Direct D. I like to call them all out for their nonsense. Like Chris Ryder and that idiot. Lane Myers, that idiot. I don't know about James Freeman. He kind of went off the deep end there. But a bunch of them I don't care to watch. But they don't even do the government buildings anymore. They hang out at Starbucks and they do banks and dispensaries. What kind of crap is that? You watch the Tom Zebra? I don't watch Tom Zebra that much. But all the older guys I used to watch, I don't watch them much anymore. I think I don't know. What's a random patriot? He's out of Arkansas. He's more of like a I like that style of videos. The what he does, more investigative journalism type, or stuff like that. So Jody Barr out of South Carolina, he's real good. I like him. With some other guys, yeah. And the dudes, especially the dudes here in Florida, I don't, I don't know. I like Direct D. I like because he calls them out for their nonsense or BS. A lot of people don't like him, but I think because he calls stuff out. Other than that, that's I don't. My other channel, I try to do a video here and now, here and again on that channel about stuff happening right here in Florida. Sheriff's Department here, and they got some bad cops around here all over the place. I mean, they arresting 20 to 25 cops just in Jacksonville alone for doing nonsense. Domestic, abusing the flock camera system. They got a lot of that around here. And the sheriff, he loves the flock cameras. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, TK Waters, he loves the flock cameras here. Yeah, I know. I was following that whole soccer, and yeah, he gonna. Well, he got he never should have been in jail. That girl over there listened to Chris Ryder and what's his name, generally specific, put the bug in her ear, and all that was just made up BS. So I don't know. That's the way I see it. But yeah, they like the flock cameras here now. I used to live in Arkansas. I keep up with Arkansas too, as I used to live there. And Cabot, they suspended their flock cameras for the time being. They didn't take them down. They just unplugged them and covered them. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. A lot of the city councilmen, I watch the city council meeting whenever they have it on YouTube, and some of the city councilmen were kind of mad at the mayor for doing that. So why did you do that? Well, the mayor said, well, the people don't like them, so I got to listen to the people. So I'm going to take them down for now till we can evaluate, which is not permanent that they took them down. It's just until they say, well, they might be, but they don't know yet for sure. So we're going to find out here shortly what's going on. A lot of cities and towns are getting rid of the flock cameras. So they can't, they work when they're supposed to work, they work. They catch some criminals, kidnappers, missing children, missing elderly people, stolen cars, but how many? And why do they have to? I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Land of Big Brother. Land of Big Brother. But yeah. But like I said, things are in the works. It'll be pretty cool if it goes. Because I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if it's even going to work. But it's going to work out. So, but if it does or it don't, I'll let you know. You'll be the first to know. So you had to stay tuned. You have to subscribe, which y'all subscribed. If you're not subscribe. Watching the replay, subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified every time I upload a video or go live. I guess I don't know if notifications go out anymore. I don't even get them on my phone from YouTube. I may shut them off. I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm getting tired. LBC, you're over there in California. So what time is it over there? 8:24 or so. Is that right? 3 hours difference from the East Coast. So you're still probably working or on your way home. You still doing the trucking thing, day cab thing, whatever? Yeah. You're still lurking at the TA there in Ontario. Lurking for truck drivers. I said, where is he? He texted me. He must be up front somewhere. I look at the window. Is that him standing outside? That's pretty cool. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I can't remember what I was doing out there then. When I delivered to or anything. I don't even remember that. That was a long time ago. Was that when I broke down on the way out? Was that the same time when I was leaving? I broke down. I don't know. I don't remember. Could have been. Could have been, but I think that's going to be about it. So stay tuned for some more videos, hopefully, coming your way. If you like them, hit the like button. Hit the like button if you don't mind. And yeah, watch the replay. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell the whole neighborhood. Same trip I was going to bring out. Oh. What? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that. What did I say? I think I already had everything worked. See, I had to go through the maintenance thing. See, I was paying on my maintenance. They wouldn't have covered that. So I had to do what they was telling me. I tried to get a tire off that thing. They wouldn't pay for the tire. So I don't think I could pay for alternator. So yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was the same trip. Yeah, that's right. It was, wasn't it? That was in the T660. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day. And of course, stay safe.